Lionel Messi owes his famous first name to an American pop star. His mother, Celia, was a huge fan of the singer Lionel Richie, who was one of the biggest musicians in the world in the 1980s, the decade Messi was born. So when her son arrived in June 1987, she named him in the singer's honor. His father had actually preferred a slightly different spelling, but the name Lionel stuck, and it would go on to become one of the most famous names in the history of sport.
Messi ruling the football world as the ultimate GOAT.
The story has a charming ending. For years, Richie himself spoke fondly about the footballer who shared his name, saying he loved that a global icon had been named after him. The two finally met in person in Miami in 2025, and the singer happily posted about the moment online, marveling that one Lionel had been named after the other, and now here they both were.
He's a Lionel. I mean, what he can't go wrong.
Lionel Messi's path to greatness was almost stopped before it began by a medical condition. As a young boy in the Argentine city of Rosario, he was diagnosed with a growth hormone deficiency, a rare condition that affects roughly one child in 20,000 and left him much smaller than other boys his age. The treatment was a series of nightly injections of growth hormone, which the young Messi had to administer into his own legs night after night for years. His doctor later estimated he received well over 1,000 of these injections across the full course of treatment. It worked, helping him grow to a healthy adult height, though he remained famously small for a footballer. The condition was also expensive to treat, costing well over $1,000 every month, a heavy burden for his family. That challenge would shape the most important decision of his young life. Lionel Messi's entire career was launched by a scribble on a paper napkin. In December 2000, the 13-year-old had traveled to Spain for a trial with Barcelona, but the negotiations dragged on, and his father grew frustrated enough to consider taking him home to Argentina. Desperate not to lose the boy, a Barcelona official named Carlos Rechak grabs the nearest thing to hand at a tennis club, a simple paper napkin, and wrote out a binding promise to sign him then and there. It was signed by Rechak and two agents, a genuine agreement scrawled on a dinner table. That humble napkin has since become one of the most legendary objects in football. In 2024, it was sold at auction by Ballon for around £760,000, close to $1 million. As the auction house put it, it may be just a paper napkin, but it is the napkin that started Lionel Messi's career. Lionel Messi is arguably the greatest player who ever lived, yet no club has ever paid a transfer fee for him. It is one of the most surprising facts in all of football. In an era when top players change hands for sums approaching £100 million or more, Messi has moved 3 times in his career without a single fee being paid. He first joined Barcelona as a 13-year-old boy for their youth setup, far too young for any transfer fee to apply. When he left Barcelona in 2021, he did so as a free agent, his contract having expired, allowing Paris Saint-Germain to sign him for nothing. Then, in 2023, he joined Inter Miami in the United States, once again as a free agent. The most valuable footballer of his generation, in pure transfer terms, technically cost his clubs nothing at all. Lionel Messi holds a goal-scoring record so staggering that no one has come close to it in over a decade. In the single calendar year of 2012, he scored an almost unbelievable 91 official goals for both Barcelona and Argentina combined. The feat shattered a record that had stood since 1972, set by the German great Gerd Müller, and it earned Messi a place in the Guinness World Records. To put the number in perspective, scoring 91 goals in 1 year means averaging well over a goal every single match across an entire season, while playing at the very highest level against the best defenders in the world. More than 10 years later, the record still stands, and remarkably, no player has even managed to get within 20 goals of it. It remains one of the most untouchable achievements in the entire sport. Lionel Messi has been named the best player in the world more times than anyone in history. He has won the Ballon d'Or, football's most prestigious individual award, a record 8 times, comfortably ahead of his great rival Cristiano Ronaldo, who has 5. Messi's first came in 2009, and his most recent in 2023. He is the only player ever to win the award while representing 3 different clubs, and the only one to win it while playing outside of Europe, claiming his 2023 prize while playing in the United States. There is a surprising twist to this story, too. In both 2024 and 2025, for the first time in around 2 decades, neither Messi nor Ronaldo was even among the nominees for the award. After dominating it for so long, the two legends had finally, quietly, stepped aside from the conversation. Lionel Messi joined an incredibly exclusive club in 2026 when he scored the 900th goal of his career. On the 18th of March that year, playing for Inter Miami against Nashville, he found the net in just the 7th minute to reach the landmark. It made him only the second player in the history of men's football to score 900 official goals for club and country, after Cristiano Ronaldo, who had reached it in 2024. But there is a detail that delights Messi's admirers. He got there faster. Messi reached his 900 goals in 26,142 matches, which was 94 games fewer than it took Ronaldo to hit the same number. On top of that, Messi is also the all-time leader in assists, meaning he has both scored and created more goals than almost anyone who has ever played. The numbers are simply from another planet. Lionel Messi spent most of his career chasing the one prize that had always escaped him, and in 2022, he finally claimed it. For all his trophies and records, the World Cup had eluded him through tournament after tournament, and many wondered if he would ever lift it. Then, at the 2022 World Cup in Qatar, he captained Argentina all the way to the title, playing some of the finest football of his life along the way. He was named the best player of the entire tournament, an honor he had also received in 2014, making him the only player ever to win that award twice. Lifting the World Cup completed his collection, and for many fans, settled the long debate over his place in history. It was the perfect crown on an already extraordinary career. Lionel Messi is about to do something almost no footballer has ever done. In May 2026, at the age of 38, he was named in Argentina's squad for the 2026 World Cup, being held across the United States, Mexico, and Canada. That makes it his 6th World Cup, a record he shares with only a tiny handful of players in the sport's entire history, including his old rival Cristiano Ronaldo. Argentina arrive at the tournament as the defending champions, hoping to become the first nation to win back-to-back World Cups since Brazil managed it back in 1962. For Messi, it is widely expected to be his final dance on football's biggest stage, a last chance to add to his legend. After everything he has already achieved, the world will be watching to see how the story ends. Lionel Messi is known around the world by a nickname that has nothing to do with his footballing genius and everything to do with his size. He is famously called La Pulga, which is Spanish for the flea. The name was not invented by journalists or fans, but by his own family. When Messi was a small boy in Argentina, regularly playing football with his 2 older brothers, Rodrigo and Matias, they began calling him La Pulgita, meaning the little flea. The name was a perfect fit. He was by far the smallest player on the pitch, yet he darted past bigger opponents, low to the ground, quick and impossible to pin down, exactly like a flea. As he grew, the name was shortened to simply La Pulga, and it stuck for life. Some in the Spanish press later upgraded it to the atomic flea, a nod to the explosive talent packed into such a small frame.